Namaste everyone. This is Dr. Trupti. I'm welcoming you to this Q&A session presented by Santhigram Herbals. First of all, I wish you a very happy World Ayurveda Day. I'm here to help you with your questions related to your health and Ayurveda. Let's try to decode Ayurveda. Let's try to understand your body and try to understand how Ayurveda can help us in our wellness journey. So let's have a couple of minutes. I will be starting with some questions we have collected over past few days. I can see people are joining. So I'm waiting for first question to pop up. Oh, okay. So first question is here. What is Ayurvedic treatment for arthritis? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about arthritis. So arthritis, when we say arthritis, that means it's the inflammation of joints, and it's a very painful condition. Right? According to Ayurveda, in arthritis, Vata, there is a Vata prakop. Vata is increased. So before we talk about treatment, we need to understand arthritis means what. So our joints over time with age or with some deficiencies, bone health and joint health is affected. That's the reason joint will have inflammation, and this is a painful situation. So Ayurveda tells us because this happens because of Vata aggravation or Vata prakop, we have to follow ritual which will help us to balance our Vata. And same time, it should not cause imbalance in Kapha and Pitta. So in Ayurvedic terms, if we want to balance our doshas, balance Vata, what we can do is we can do oil application. So sesame oil can be used, coconut oil can be used, and we need to make sure that the oil has to be warm, because cold is Vata will aggravate with cold nature. Anything, if we are consuming anything cold, if we are eating anything cold, Vata will aggravate. So this is another reason we should not have cold drinks or cold water, ice water, because that will cause Vata aggravation and it will cause pain in our joints. So it will make arthritic symptoms worse. Other wonderful remedy for arthritis is turmeric. So we can use turmeric to reduce the symptoms of arthritis. How can we use the turmeric? We can add turmeric in our daily diet. We can add just pinch of turmeric in warm water and consume it early morning. Or we can add turmeric in milk, boil it with some spices like cinnamon, clove, and black pepper. That will be a turmeric milk. We can have that every day in the night, and that is another excellent remedy. And if you want better absorption capacity of turmeric, we can always go ahead with turmeric supplement. So make sure whenever you are picking up any turmeric supplement, it has to have a good absorption capacity. So turmeric is another excellent remedy to reduce symptoms of arthritis. So let's go ahead with the second question. Should we avoid fat in our diet? I am trying to lose weight. So when we talk about fat is good thing or bad thing? Most of the times we have this misconception that fat is bad. Fat is not bad. Fat is very essential concept in our food. Without fat, our joint health, our bone health and muscle health will be affected. But when we say that fat is good, not every fat is good. There is a good fat and there is a bad fat. So bad fat is trans fat or saturated fat. Let's say when I talk about trans fat or saturated fat, something which is deep fried, like samosa, pakoda, french fries, these things are trans fat. So when we deep fry something, that fat converts into trans fat. That is not good for us. So these two fats are not good for us because they will increase the bad cholesterol and same time they will decrease the good cholesterol. So when bad cholesterol is increased in our body, that can cause atherosclerosis, or that can cause coating inside our blood vessels, which is not good for our blood circulation, not good for our heart. and this trans fat and saturated fat can deposit in our body very easily, and it's very hard to get rid of it. That's why we should go ahead with good fat. That means polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fats. These are more natural fat, like we get it through flax seeds, almonds, nuts, cashews, avocados, olives, or if someone is having, if you are non-vegetarian, you can have egg, salmon, fish, other seafood. So this type of fat is good fat because it will not increase our bad cholesterol, and it will increase the good cholesterol and it will decrease the bad cholesterol. That's why monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats are good fats. That's why fat is not bad. Again, the quantity is very important. Even if you are eating large amount of good fat, that is not good. So excess of anything is not good. That's why quantity is also very important, and what season you are picking which fat, that is also important. Now we are getting ready for winter. Winter is very good season for our digestion. Our digestive capacity will be better, so we can have ghee, we can have other monounsaturated or polyunsaturated fat resources, whatever I have discussed. So when you pick your fat, pick it wisely. So let's go ahead with next question. How can I increase my concentration for studies? I'm a student and sometimes I have hard time focusing. Okay, so Ayurveda tells us excellent remedies to improve our concentration, to improve our work-life balance, to improve our stamina, energy, endurance. So when you you feel like you cannot concentrate for studies, there will be multiple factors of distraction. So first we have to find that out, what is causing distraction. And if you think that this is something related to your health, something related to you don't have enough energy, so I would say try to focus on your biological clock. That means try to focus on your routine. So if you have fixed routine, let's say you are getting up on same time, similar time of the day, you are sleeping on same time of the day, your eating habits, what all food you are eating, your nutrition, if you focus on that, if you focus on your routine, then you will start listening to your body. So whenever we have any problem, whenever we feel like there is something wrong with my health, try to start listening to your body. Try to pay more attention towards those symptoms. So when we start listening to our body will tell us, do you feel like you want to sleep more, or do you feel fresh when you get up, or by the time it is afternoon you are already drained, you feel like there is no enough energy. So if you feel like things like this, then you have to focus more on routine. If you start following the fixed routine, it will definitely help you a lot. Then focusing on your digestion, drinking warm water, making your digestion better. So getting into some herbs or getting into some supplements or medicine directly to improve the concentration, definitely it will help. But the basic thing we have to fix first. So improving concentration, first you have to look after your routine. Try to fix your biological clock, then your body will be in order. Your organs will not be confused. If we are doing certain things at different timings every day, our organs will confused, our body will be confused. So what happens is rejuvenation and tissue repair will not happen. Either body will rush, or it will be too slow. So every day there is a difference in this rejuvenation or tissue repair. So that time what happens is body will focus more on vital functions of body. Other things will be kept on back burner. So that's why we feel like we have lack of energy. We feel like we don't want to do anything. We don't have stamina. We don't have that endurance, lack of concentration, foggy brain. All these things will be coming from there. So I would say you need to focus on your routine first. Definitely we try to find out the root cause of it before we go for any treatment. Thank you. Let's see the next question. Is there any cure for psoriasis in Ayurveda? Yeah, I can see there are quite a lot of people are suffering with skin diseases like eczema, psoriasis. There is a definitely cure for psoriasis in Ayurveda. Again, it's very subjective thing. It depends on your age, depends on your geographical area, your dietary habits, your lifestyle habits, and what kind of psoriasis. There are different type of psoriasis, so it all depends. It's more subjective. We have to look after your body type, we have to look after your routine, we have to look after the root cause from where that is coming. There might be some stress factor, there might be some dietary factor involved in it, and there is a very good, very much stress factor is very much correlated with psoriasis. So typically it is seen, if stress goes up, psoriasis will become bad. And there is a correlation of weather. During winter, typically these people will feel that psoriasis is getting bad. So keeping the skin moisturized is very important. But again, when I say that you have to keep your skin moisturized, don't let your skin be dry, that time you have to pick the right oil or right moisturizer. We cannot just, and that is again depend on your body type. So it is psoriasis is very subjective thing, and we have to look after your body type, we have to look after your health history, everything before we say that there is a what treatment we need to give you. But definitely there is a cure, and along with herbs, along with other therapies we do psoriasis, following particular diet and particular lifestyle is very important. Even I would say having good physical activity is very important. Now you will say, what is the relation of having good physical activity and psoriasis? Psoriasis is a skin disease, but when we have good physical activities, when we keep our weight balanced, when we keep our body balanced, your blood circulation will be better. So if you put on weight, psoriasis will become bad. Research also says the same thing. So if you have good physical activity, if you keep that balanced, and if your blood circulation will be better, and symptoms of psoriasis can go down along with the diet and along with the therapies and some herbs. There is one more question. Can you please repeat about arthritis? Okay, I will quickly repeat about arthritis. So I was saying arthritis means inflammation, joint inflammation, and that is very painful condition, right? So what Ayurveda tells us about arthritis is because of Vata Prakop, that is Vata is imbalanced. So when we say Vata is imbalanced, that means we have to do something which will balance the Vata, and same time it should not cause Kapha and Pitta imbalance. So end of the day, our dosha imbalance, finding that balance and finding that balance is very important to reduce these symptoms. So how can we do that? So avoiding, first thing we have to avoid food and drinks which will cause Vata aggravation. So what we have to do is we should stop drinking cold water, ice water, cold drinks and carbonated drinks. They are very bad. It will aggravate the Vata, because the cold nature of Vata, and if we are eating or drinking anything cold or dry, that will aggravate the Vata and that will aggravate the symptoms. So trust me, it is very practical, and I have done this. I have discussed this with many of my clients, and they have adapted drinking warm water or drinking room temperature water. They gave up on the cold water, and they have seen difference in few weeks from after changing their habit. It is a very practical thing. Warm water will, another benefit of drinking warm water is warm water will balance our digestion, it will improve our metabolism, and it will help us to detoxify. So that detoxification, proper digestion will help us to reduce the symptoms of arthritis. Then to balance Vata, what we can do is we can either use sesame oil, or there are other herbal oils like Mahanarayan Tailam, Muravenna oil. There are a lot of other herbal oils we can use to massage. Panchakarma is another excellent thing we can do for arthritis, Panchakarma procedures, but you have to do that under the guidance of well-practiced Ayurvedic practitioner. And please do not try doing any Panchakarma procedures at home, but Panchakarma will help you to reduce arthritic symptoms tremendously. Another thing, the excellent remedy I was talking for arthritis was turmeric. Using turmeric regularly in your diet, in your food, or just have pinch of turmeric in your water, or add some turmeric in your milk. Make turmeric milk, you can have that every day, or simply you can go ahead with some good turmeric supplement which will have good absorption capacity. Okay, and let's go ahead with other question. Eyesight is there, if there is any treatment for eyesight. Again, for eyesight, definitely there are some remedies given in Ayurveda for to improve our eyesight, but this is very subjective. We have to see eyesight, is it whether it is minus or plus, or is there any other problem or glaucoma. We have to see that. If simply to improve our vision, what we have to do is to make our eye health better, what we have to do is nutrition. Nutrition is a very, as I said, we have to pick good fat, then eating food which is rich in vitamin A, like carrots. That is also very good. And Ayurveda tells us another remedy which is called Tratak. It's a procedure. So what you have to do is, we have to concentrate on one point, and it is like exercise for our eyes. So we have to concentrate on one point for, let's say, 30 seconds, then blink our eyes 10 times, then look right 10 times, look left 10 times. So there are certain exercises given in Ayurveda to improve our vision or to improve our eye health. And today we are living in this era where we have lots of electronic gadgets around us, but using electronic gadgets will not give us eyesight. So this is, end of the day, eyesight, it is have to do with the shape of your eyes and age, right? Everything like that, all that. But whatever we are doing today, we cannot work, like most of us are working a lot with laptop, working a lot with our cell phones, our TV, some or other, one or other electronic gadget we have around us, and our screen time is a lot. Even for kids, the screen time is a lot. So when I say screen time, there are a lot of lights will emit from screen, and blue light is especially harmful for us. So what this blue light will do is, blue light can cause sleep disturbance, blue light can cause retinal cells damage. Blue light can cause neck pain, neck stiffness. This office syndrome is coming from blue light. So you will have stiffness in your shoulder, you will have stiffness in your neck, and eye health, you will feel like your eyes are tired, you don't want to do anything, you just want to sleep. So that fatigue, that tiredness comes from lot of exposure of blue light. So what we can do is, so end of the day, we cannot stop working, we cannot stop using our cell phone. So what we can do is, we can just take small breaks in between. We can splash some cold water or just room temperature water on our eyes. Or we can, if you are okay, if you have access to any Ayurveda center, you can go for therapies. So there are very good Ayurveda therapies for your eyes. That can be netra prakshalan, netra tarpan. We can just go for that. Once in a week is good, or twice in a week is good. If you can do it, that will help you to improve your eye health a lot. And we can just unwind everything at least 30 minutes before we sleep, put all our gadgets away, and just focus on our breathing, focus on what our day, our nights, your goals, whatever you want to do next day. We can spend about 15 to 20 minutes before we sleep without our gadgets. So that will help our eyes to relax, help our brain to relax, and that will help us to sleep better, and we will get up with full energy next day, so we are ready for our day. So that can be definitely done for our eye health. So let's go ahead with the next question. Should honey be consumed with warm water? As in Ayurveda, it is contraindicated with warm substances. That is a very good question. So a lot of people we see around us, they take honey, glass of warm water with some honey, because this is an excellent remedy for weight loss. Is it true? Yes, it is. People are seeing the difference. They are seeing the results, that having 1 teaspoon of one teaspoon of honey with warm water will help you a lot to detoxify, and it will help you to reduce the weight. But Ayurveda says honey should not be taken with hot substance. So when we say any hot substance, that doesn't mean just the warm water. Ayurveda says that we should not warm up the honey. So if you are putting honey first, then if you are warming up your water, that is not good. Or if you are putting honey in very hot milk, that is not good. So any hot food, or if you are heating honey itself, that is not good. And you should not consume honey with very hot water. Anyways, we don't do that. So having honey with warm water is safe. You can have it, but make sure that you don't heat up that honey with the water. So before you consume, you have to add a little bit of honey and you drink that warm water. Okay, then it will not harm. So let's check the next question. Ayurveda is good for everybody. I want to follow it, but I cannot maintain the consistency. How to start is the problem. Okay, that is another good question. Everybody knows there is a lot of information available in Google. Everybody is overwhelmed with it. Whatever you want to know about health, wellness, everything is available in the Google. But do you know what is good for you? Do you know that one thing worked for someone, that same thing will work for you? That is what Ayurveda tells us. Ayurveda tells us to spend time with ourselves. Ayurveda tells us to introspect, to know your body, to know your needs. So whenever we want to start something, we know there are plenty of things. If you write down everything, what is good? If you read articles, you will see a lot of videos in YouTube. They will keep telling you, you have to eat. For example, I'll give you example. For example, you have to eat chia seed, you have to eat flax seeds, hemp seeds, sunflower seeds, hazelnut, or lots of all the nuts, or you have to eat oats, you have to eat millets. So if you start eating everything every day, you will end up in not having your food, like not having your lunch and dinner. You will be done with the breakfast itself, right? So there will be lot of things which you can follow, but my question is it necessary to follow everything what other people are doing? No. You have to understand your body, you have to understand your need. So be introspect, try to understand what your body needs, try to understand your symptoms, then you pick what is good for you. And you don't have to do anything which you don't like. There will be a resistance, definitely, because we have to trick our brain. I'm not saying if you don't like it, you don't start. It's not like that. Ayurveda says you should not follow, which is Rut Viruddha. Rut Viruddha means Rudaya is heart, Viruddha is opposite. So if your heart is not happy, if you are not involved, if you are doing it just for the sake of doing it, or just because your doctor is telling you, one day you will give up. That's why you feel like maintaining consistency is difficult. I would say educating yourself is the best idea. First, know your body, educate yourself, try to understand what is good for you, what is not good for you. Try to take help of Ayurvedic practitioner, or try to take the help of doctor. Try to understand your routine, focus on your routine, and after that you take smaller steps first. Try with one thing at a time, and try with very small thing which you can follow. Do not overcommit, or do not decide something from first of this month I will change everything. Changing everything in one day, it is very difficult. Your brain will resist, your body will resist, and you will end up in not following it. Again, that vicious cycle will keep going, because again you will regret. You will feel like I cannot do anything, I don't do anything, I just give up. And after that, what happens is we don't want to do it, we don't want to focus on there, we just go ahead with whatever is coming up in our day. So to avoid that, what we can do is we can start with small thing, one thing at a time. We can follow that for 7 days. Once we get that confidence, yes, I can do it now, I have this confidence that I'm liking it. Once you start liking it, automatically your body will do. Anything related to skin and hair, we want to do it because we look good. That gives us some confidence. We can see the difference when we are following something. So when we know the benefit out of it, when our body knows this is good for me, I like it. Like, we like sweets. Why do we like it? We feel good after eating, right? So when your body knows that this is for the sake of good and I'm liking it, you will do it, you will not give up. So what you can do is you can just follow that for 7 days. Then you can just increase the frequency, or you can add one more thing. Let's say you drink a lot of coffee, or you drink a lot of tea. So we know caffeine or drinking a lot of tea is not good, but how to give up that habit? So what we can do is, I would not say that starting tomorrow or starting first of any month, or just new year, whatever that occasional day is coming, from that day you can just give up, stop drinking tea or stop drinking coffee. That is not possible. Then you will be pushing yourself and you become negative. So what we can do is, we can at least reduce the frequency, at least we can reduce the quantity of it. We can replace our one tea in a day with herbal tea. We can, when I say herbal tea, what it is, what you can do is, you can just boil some water with cumin seeds, or coriander seeds. You can add a little bit of mint, or you can add fresh ginger into it, a little bit of lime juice. So according to your taste and according to your availability, you can just boil these herbs in a water. It tastes very good. Chamomile flowers are very good. Evening time, if you drink tea with chamomile flower, it will help you to sleep. Add little bit of turmeric. Turmeric will help you to detoxify your liver. Especially if you're doing workouts, you're doing strength training, or if you have difficulty in sleeping, if you have difficulty with the digestion, all this time it will turmeric is the excellent remedy. You can add turmeric in everything you eat. So if you follow simple steps like this, you will start liking it. After, what you can do is you can just switch your tea with herbal tea 2 times, or you can have only once your normal tea. You can tea or coffee, whatever you are having once, or you can reduce the sugar. Even reducing sugar or giving up on sweets is very difficult. So whatever you feel it's difficult, you can list it out, and we can find out the solutions. If I tell you that you stop eating sweets at all, it's not possible. I wouldn't tell that to anybody. But can we find out, or can we look for better options, or can we look for healthier options of sweet? Can we have something made up of jaggery, sesame seeds, peanuts? These are healthy options. Something with maple syrup or honey. These are healthy options of sweet. Can we add something? Can we add something like that in our diet? Can we reduce the refined sugar? Or everybody knows refined sugar is not good, but we need to understand why it is not good. So asking that why is very important. Once you understand that, you will not give up, trust me. Once you understand that why I am doing it, what is the benefit, once you start doing it for at least 7 days, then you focus on 14 days, then you focus on 21 days, and after that it becomes your habit. So when you start doing it and your body will start liking it, you will not give up. And you will tell others that I have started, I see the difference, and you will encourage others to do the same thing. So that is the positive change comes in you. So whenever we are doing something, it's a lifestyle. Ayurveda tells us the same thing. We have to adapt it as a lifestyle, because the quantity of years is not important, quality of life is important. How functional are we? How independent are we? That is very important. So if we have difficulty, there are three things. If we have difficulty in falling asleep naturally, if we have difficulty in waking up naturally, or if we are not feeling fresh when we get up, and if we are not able to evacuate our bowel properly. If three things, if you have answered yes to any of these, then you will have to look after your routine, you have to look after your diet, and you have to look after, there is something wrong. Because these things should happen naturally, without taking any product, or without doing any extra efforts. So if you feel there is anything coming in your way from these three things, you have to sit down and you have to focus on your routine, your diet, and you have to ask yourself what is wrong, what is that thing you can fix, and you can get back to your routine. Okay. There is one more question here. How do I incorporate Ayurveda in my daily life? Are there any herbs I can take every day? Very good question. So when I say, when you want to know how can you incorporate Ayurveda in your daily life, it's not just about taking herbs, or it's not just about taking medicine. It's a whole lifestyle. So getting up, doing whatever, getting up and following that routine of cleansing first. So Ayurveda always talks about cleansing first, then rejuvenation. So when we are focusing on cleansing, then evacuate the bowel. After that, doing light abhyanga. Abhyanga is putting warm oil on your body before you take shower. Taking shower, brushing. All this should happen in a routine. All this should happen in the morning before we eat something. Very important, because if we are eating something and after that if we take shower, it will disturb our digestion, and when digestion is disturbed, eventually everything else will be disturbed. So first what we have to do is we have to cleanse. After that we can go ahead with drinking some warm water, or you can just drink simply water boiled with some cumin seeds, coriander seeds. So adapting this healthy lifestyle is Ayurveda. Ayurveda is not just taking herbs or not taking medicines. Ayurveda is a lifestyle. Ayurveda teaches us how to breathe. Ayurveda teaches us how to eat, how to sleep, how to do everything, whatever we do during our day and night. So how we can incorporate these healthy habits. So we have to focus on routine, we have to focus on season. So now we are getting into winter. Abhyanga is very good. We can do abhyanga every day. Before you take shower, what you can do is you can just apply warm sesame oil or warm coconut oil on your body. Wait for like 10-15 minutes. After that, we can take shower. Once in a while, if you have time, we can do abhyanga with powder. Or Diwali is here. We know we use Uptan. So that is coming from where? That is coming from Ayurveda. Uptan is all these herbs, powdered herbs. We mix with either milk, mix with either oil, and we apply on your body. That improves our blood circulation, improves health of our skin, and we feel better. So it will de-stress us. Very important. 2 or 3 times in a week, we can put oil on your hair before you do head bath. We can just do oil massage on your head. Then you have to focus what you eat very first time in the morning. That is very important. So whatever we are eating or drinking very first time in the morning when we are empty stomach is very important. That will decide your digestion throughout the day. So if someone is eating caffeine or donuts, or if you eat sugar and caffeine early morning, that will give you quick energy for that time being, but it will disturb your digestion. So drinking warm water or having healthy breakfast, having a healthy meal in the morning is important. Avoiding cold water or ice water in the morning is also very important. Then after that, we engage ourselves either in school or whatever work we are doing, because that is a pitta kal. 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. is a pitta kal. It's more productive. You engage yourself in a work and you eat that time because your digestion is very good. After that, you in the evening, you try to spend time with your family, try to be more creative, try to plan for your next day. So Ayurveda tells us in the evening when there is a Vata Kal, you are more creative. Naturally, you are more creative. You have to, if we spend that time in planning for next day, or if we are planning to do something, so that time, when we are creative and when we are getting more ideas and when we are more focused, if we plan, your work will be better. Your next day will be better. So planning for next day, a day before or in the evening, it's always a good idea. After that, we should have dinner very early. Let's say around 7 p.m. we can have dinner, or I would say instead of fixing that time 7 p.m. or 6 p.m., you can just count. If let's say you are sleeping around 10 o'clock, so at least 3 hours before that you need to eat. After that, no sugar, no salt, and no oil. That means if you are hungry, what we can eat is, we can eat either fruit or you can have milk, which is very good. So what happens if you are just eating right away and going to bed? That will again make your digestion, your metabolism very slow, and food will be undigested. Body will be confused. Body will not get time to digest that food properly, because in the night when we sleep, body has to focus on tissue repair. Body has to focus on rejuvenation. Body has to focus on our internal health. So that time, if we keep our system engaged in digesting food, these vital functions or this rejuvenation will put on hold. It will be delayed, and then you have to get up and go for school or go for work or whatever. So your body will not get enough time to rejuvenate, and that's the reason next day again we feel sluggish, we don't have enough energy and things like that. So we have to focus, and we have to try to find out the cause why this happens. So focus on your routine. So that's why Ayurveda says that you follow Ayurvedic routine and you will be fine. Okay, let's go to the next question is, does Ayurvedic medicine have side effects? So when we say side effects, we are definitely we are not talking about good effects, right? I would say Ayurvedic herbs have side benefits, but when we want to talk about side effects, that means excess of good is not good. Excess of anything is not good. Even any good thing, if you are having it excess, it's not good. If you want to have some example, let's say Trifala. Everybody knows Trifala. Everybody has tendency, like most of us have tendency to take Trifala because we feel like it will evacuate our bowel properly, right? People having constipation, they will have Trifala every day. So if we have tendency, or if you have this habit of having Trifala without taking guidance of Ayurvedic practitioner, it will cause dependency. You will be dependent on it. So without having it, you will not be able to empty the bowel. That will happen. So do you want to see this as a side effect of Ayurvedic medicines? Possibly yes, because there is one ingredient in Trifala, which is haritaki, that will cause excessive dryness in your intestine. So having it every day, it's not a good idea. So in long run, it will definitely cause some side effects. Even having ashwagandha, everybody knows ashwagandha, right? A lot of people will, ashwagandha is very good herb. It is a very good herb. It is a miraculous herb. But if you take it without the guidance, or if you keep taking it for a long time, and if you are taking larger dose of it, it can cause dryness in your body. So excess of anything is not good. Definitely there are some effects of ayurvedic herbs, but if you are taking them excessively, or if you are taking them very less, or if you are taking them without need, taking anything without need is not good. There will be definitely some effect of it, some side effect of it in long run. Let's see. Then there is another question coming up. Is Ayurvedic medicine difficult to digest in case of kids compared to adults? There is nothing like that. Ayurvedic medicine or Ayurvedic herbs are not difficult to digest for kids. We have to focus on what herbs we are giving, and we have to focus on dose. Dose is very important. Plus, with what we are giving medicine. If we are giving with just warm water, or we are giving with cold water, that is very important. Or sometimes some Ayurvedic medicines contain ghee preparations. So if we are warming up that properly, taking in liquid consistency, after that you have to drink warm water. So sometimes you might felt that it is difficult to digest, because if you take ghee, after that you have to keep drinking warm water. If you do not drink it, then there might be a difficulty to digest. Otherwise, Ayurvedic herbs are very safe for kids. You just have to consider what you are taking, for what reason you are taking, and what is the dose, and with what is the anupan, we call it anupan. So you are giving it with warm water, or you are giving with cold water or honey. That is very important, with what you are taking medicines. Okay. Then there are more questions. Is Ayurvedic medicine the best treatment for muscle pain? Definitely Ayurveda is the best treatment for muscle pain. Again, we have to see from where this muscle pain is coming. It might be because you are doing strength training, or might be because you are doing excessive physical activities, or might be because just some deficiency or some fatigue, muscle fatigue is coming. So we have to find out the cause first. After that, definitely we can cure it through we can make you feel better through Ayurvedic therapies or Ayurvedic herbs. There are some excellent remedies for muscle pain. First we have to find out what is the cause, why this is happening. Okay, then you can go ahead with whether abhyanga, you can go ahead with if there is any nutritional deficiency, or if there is any vata imbalance, or if it is coming from strength training. After strength training we feel our muscles are sore, right? So that time we have to focus on our nutrition, and couple of Ayurvedic herbs can help you. Okay, there are some other. Can Ayurveda help cure spondylitis? Okay, so again, spondylitis, this is something to do with our spinal joints, right? Spondylitis. So what happens is there is inflammation, there is a pain, and it is a very extremely painful situation. But when we talk about cure, Ayurveda can help you to reduce the symptoms. We have to again find out, it is very subjective thing. We have to find out your body type. We have to see from where, how bad the spondylitis is, and what is the duration, and how far you have it, all those things, your diet. Again, when I say spondylitis, it is because of vata balance. So we have to follow all the remedies which will help us to balance the body, balance the vata. There it will help you to reduce the symptoms, definitely. There are some more questions. Do you have anything for varicose vein in Ayurveda? Is there any age criteria? Yeah, so varicose vein, again there are different causes of varicose vein. Why it happened, we have to find out that. So sometimes, more people, if they're having long standing jobs, or there is a deficiency, they are putting extra pressure on their legs, that's when they will have these varicose veins. So along with whatever allopathic treatment you are taking, definitely we can have some herbs, or we can have some Ayurvedic Panchakarma therapies that can definitely help you to reduce the symptoms of varicose vein. So when I say that it will help you to reduce the symptoms, because There will be a cure or there will be a treatment after considering everything, after considering your diet, your lifestyle. We have to first focus on why it is coming from, where it is coming from. Then only we can suggest, we can decide what needs to be done. But Ayurveda can definitely help you to reduce symptoms of varicose vein. Let's see. My son has been coughing all year. My son has been coughing all year due to allergies. He is also underweight. What kind of remedies are available? Okay. So first of all, I need to know that how old your son is, and if there is, I will just generally tell you if there is any cough or symptoms like whatever you are asking, they are coming from low immunity. There might be some immunity issues, or there might be some. Let me get your questions. Yeah. So having allergies, and when he is underweight, that means body is not able to utilize the nutrition. Body is not able to nourish him properly. That's the reason. There is cough, and there might be kapha imbalance. We have to understand his body type, but there might be some vata and kapha imbalance, or there might be some deficiency. That's why he is underweight, and he's having this cough. So having this cough, cold, congestion, catching seasonal allergies very soon, all this is coming from low immunity. And when he is underweight, definitely there is something to do with nutrition. So I would say you have to focus on his digestion first. You have to focus on his routine and try to understand whether he is able to digest the food properly. Try to give him warm water, try to give him nutritious food. And if he is eating junk outside food or deep fried food a lot, or let's say something with multi-purpose flour or refined sugar, you have to stop, or you have to at least reduce all those things. And you have to avoid eating yogurt in the night, because it's heavy. It will cause disturbance in the digestion, and it will make your body sluggish. Digestion will be affected definitely if you are eating yogurt, and it's cold in nature, right? So it's not good. It will cause more congestion. So if you are giving him yogurt in the night, just stop it. Try to avoid it in the night. And I know he's kid, and it's very difficult to stop suddenly, so at least try to avoid it maximum as much as you can. And do not give him anything cold, like cold water, ice water, cold drinks, carbonated drinks. Do not give him anything that sort of nature. And you can definitely incorporate more turmeric. You can get either turmeric supplements, or you can add turmeric in his milk or water or food. So it will help him to boost up the energy. So focus on digestion first. That is very important. We have some more questions. How many meals should we consume on a day? So when you want to know about how many meals we can have, some people will have 3 meals, some people will have 2 meals. So if we are having, Ayurveda says, okay, sometimes it is 3 meals. So if we are having 3 meals, I would say you have light breakfast, you can have proper lunch, like good amount of lunch. So lunch should be your biggest portion. The food should be your biggest portion of the day, and dinner should be very light. So focus on what you eat, focus on quality of food, whether rather than quantity of food, and also focus on quantity. So Ayurveda tells us whether you eat 2 times or 3 times, that is okay, but you should not overeat, or you should not eat very less. Both things are important. So if you are overeating, what happens is body will disturb the digestion. Body will try to digest that food, all the focus will be on digestion, and then that will deposit as a fat in your body, excess fat in your body, which is unnecessary. So every time if we are overeating, definitely we'll see weight gain and things like that, right? So overeating should be avoided definitely. But if you are having 2 meals a day, that is also fine. In between, even whenever you are hungry, you can drink plenty of water, you can drink herbal teas, you can have I'm not talking about tea and coffee, I'm talking about tea without caffeine. That means herbal tea like cumin, coriander, chamomile, mint, things like that. So you can have that, you can have fresh fruits, you can have some nuts if you feel hungry in between. And if you are having 3 times a day, if you are eating 3 times a day, that is also okay. That's, you have to understand your body, your timings, your routine, and that's how you have to set up your meal routine. Okay. How to deal with bloating. How to deal with bloating issues. So when we are talking about bloating, definitely there is something to do with digestion. So bloating is again vata prakop. So we have to focus on what we are eating. If you are eating raw salads, cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, if you are eating a lot of chickpea, if you are eating raw food, that will have tendency of bloating. You will feel bloated. So you have to consume cooked and fresh food. If you are eating something frozen, if you are eating cold, something out of fridge, or if you are eating stored food, definitely you will have bloating. So you have to focus on that. If you are drinking cold water, stop drinking or avoid drinking cold water. Try to have warm water. Your bloating will reduce. So we have to focus on what you drink, what you eat, and you can add some some cumin seeds. You can add good spices, fresh ginger, or even dry ginger powder is very good. So there is one remedy, good remedy for bloating is what you can do is we can take fresh ginger, little bit of grated fresh ginger, maybe 1/4 teaspoon or half teaspoon fresh ginger. You can add pink salt into it. You can have it, and after that you can start eating. So before, right before your food, you can have this fresh ginger and pink salt. Eat that. Drink little bit of sip, little bit of warm water, and you can start having your lunch or dinner. So this remedy will help you to reduce the bloating. Then there is one more question: how to improve body metabolism and reduce weight. So when you want to improve metabolism, you have to focus on 3 things. You have to focus on your diet, your physical exercise, and your sleep. If you are sleeping less, your metabolism will not be proper. So you have to have enough sleep. So it depends on your body type, again depends on your routine. So eat right thing at right time, and you will be fine. Your metabolism will be fine. And adding spices to your food, having warm food is very good to improve the metabolism. And there are some herbs like trikatu, there are some herbs, or you can just add some black pepper, pink salt, you can add lemon in your food. So having cooked food, fresh food, do not overeat. It will help you to improve the metabolism. Again, turmeric helps us to increase the metabolism. And there are some spices, whatever I have mentioned, they will help you to improve the metabolism. So if you have, we are running out of time. We have another live session at 11:30 a.m. EST on Instagram. If you have more questions, please join us on Instagram in few minutes, and I will be answering your question, all your questions. One more time, on the behalf of Santhigram family, I am wishing you a very happy Diwali. Stay healthy, stay happy, and stay connected. See you again.